Good morning, it's Barbara. It's kind of okay out there after a rainy day yesterday. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee in my travel mug. I got water on for my second cup. It's Maisie grooming day, which means I have to get up early. She's got to be at the vet at 9 o'clock. The groomer is at our vet's on Fridays. She's a lovely young woman, Gabby. And so I was a few minutes late, but it's fine. Maisie weighs 89.2 pounds. And is not going to get shortened much, except where she has to because of the matting. But, you know, it's wintertime. We don't want her, you know, cold. My water's ready. I'm going to go make myself another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. There we go. Phew! But now that I think about telling Gabby not to take too much off, it's like, well, if she's not trimming her, then what's she doing there? Because she doesn't stink. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't smell like a dog. I think that's from feeding them raw. There's no dog smell, even when she's wet, because she's often wet. She doesn't mind being outside in the rain. There's no stinky dog smell going on in our house, because our dogs don't smell very doggy. So now that I think about it, it's like, well, why is she there then if I'm saying don't trim her? But it's winter time. Anyway, so she's getting combed out really well, and she's, you know, does have some matting on the one side she lays on. Anyway, so Maisie's at the groomer. Pearl is feeling very deprived because Maisie got a ride in the car, and Pearl had to stay in the bedroom with Dennis because I can't get just Maisie out the door when Pearl is there. So, but we've recently taken to training the dogs to go up a ramp. We got a ramp in the back of the car. We have station wagons. We have 2 station wagons. And because Dennis is very concerned about Pearl, like, messing up her knee because she's jumping in. Maze wouldn't jump in. She'll go up and put her paws up, and then Dennis would lift her, which was tough for me because she weighs 89.2 pounds. Did I tell you that? She weighs 89.2 pounds. And she, you know, when she has her paws up, she's like leaning back. So she's pretty heavy to pick up. So I'm happy to have the ramp. Anyway, so we've been training him on this ramp, and it worked out really good for me today because it is a chore to get her in the car because she's not a jumper, which is good because then she won't mess up her knees. But now she doesn't mess up my back or anything either. She just walks right in. So that's cool. Anyway, that's why I'm up early today. Yesterday was relatively uneventful. We did get a short walk in very late in the afternoon because it was rainy all day. Cold and damp, but I was comfortable in my Malin sweater yesterday. So it was the perfect sweater for the weather. Well, I will show you the sweater that I'm wearing. I am wearing, and I'm pretty sure it's called the Simple V-neck sweater, something like that. My hair is fluffy today, and I will show it to you. So I have to stand very far back because this is a very long sweater, and it is just a simple V-neck sweater. It's nice and roomy on me these days. It might have always been roomy on me, and I am a little bit smaller than I was at my biggest. I do not know who the designer of this is. I have it in hard copy because I bought the pattern at the yarn shop in the Outer Banks, Knitting Addiction, which I've talked about many times. I bought the pattern and the yarn there. This is Plymouth yarn. And this is the first wool sweater that I made. I had made a kind of turtly neck, high neck, sleeveless sweater out of dishcloth cotton previously, but this is my first wool sweater. And I wear it when I want something long, but I always have to wear a something around my neck, because the neck is very open in the back and in the front, and I get cold. So I always get to wear some of my neckwear, which I have plenty of, so it's not a problem. So a couple of things. When I first knit this sweater, I knit the sleeves too short. I've told you that I have short arms, and all my life my sweaters were too big and I had to roll the cuff even when they weren't designed to have a rolled cuff. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. I can make the sleeves exactly how long I want them, and I did, and it's possible that they were correct, but they never felt correct. They always felt too short, and so I went back and I had some of the yarn left, and I added more length to the sleeves, because the sleeves bugged me. And I think in part it's because, so now they go a little bit over my hand like this. I think it's in part because of just what I got used to all those years. So this is my first wool sweater that I ever made. I started it when we were in the Outer Banks. And like I said, it was a paper pattern, and it was one page, one two-sided page. I'm pretty sure it was in a plastic sleeve, and I'm quite sure if I tried really hard, I could find it upstairs. But I'm pretty sure it was just called the Simple V-Neck Sweater. But I remember the directions, and you know, I don't remember the specifics of the directions, but at some point after telling you what to do for a while, it said, just trust the pattern. This will work. And it was doing the back, you know, first, and then coming over, and you know, I mean, it was obviously a pattern designed for a beginner, beginning garment maker, which I was. And you know, and it was doing all kinds of shenanigans, and whatever it was doing did not look anything like a sweater. And finally in the pattern it said, just trust the directions. This will work, I promise. And it did. And it was pretty funny. It made me laugh. But anyway, so this is Plymouth yarn, I'm quite sure, even though I made this 6 or 7 years ago. And I bought the yarn and the pattern at Knitting Addiction in now Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. It was on a yellow piece of paper. I don't think that helps you. Probably they print them out at the knitting shop. Anyway, so my first wool sweater. It's comfy and cozy, except I'm always cold around my neck, so I always have to wear something. This is, I'll see if I can find it. This is one of my Mobius scarf, my last Mobius cowl that I made. It goes around 3 times. And I think this is that picket line colorway that I bought to support the striking miners. Dye Mad yarn. This is Dye Mad yarn. So I did work on my sleeve yesterday. So I have a sleeve here. I have one more increase, I think. Decrease. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, one more decrease. And then I just keep going until I want my cuff. And the cuff on this malin is very long because it folds up. I would love to fold it, but I am concerned about having enough yarn. So I might just do a cuff like this and then leave it on waste yarn to make sure I have enough yarn for the length, because it's more important to me to have length in the body than a fold over cuff, I think. So I have to think about that. I should have just bought more. I wonder, they might have only had 5 skeins. It's possible. It was on sale. Or it was a big sale at my yarn shop. So that's what I did yesterday. I made crackers. I seem to be making crackers very regularly. Aura and I really like the crackers, and my last batch wasn't quite as big as I would have hoped. This is a nice big batch, so we should be good for a while. And that's about it. Dennis puttered a lot. He made us a fish moqueca, which is a Brazilian fish soup. I think it might be a stew, but we eat it like a soup for dinner last night, which was perfect because it was rainy. I didn't need a fire last night, as it turned out, because of the being nice and cozy in my Malin sweater, so that was nice. I'm sure those of us in the northern hemisphere are all wearing our woolens to keep, because it's chilly. Anyway, so today, other than I've already done my main task today, I took Maisie to the groomer. This poor dog is so itchy. And we noticed it particularly after she gets groomed. And even, you know, Gabby thought the first time I said something, well, you know, we shaved her all the way down, and then, it, you know, the air is in her skin, and, you know, whatever, and that, but she didn't get shaved last time, and she was still itchy. I mean, she's still itchy now. She's like, oh yeah, she's itchy now. I'm like, yeah. So I had brought some oatmeal shampoo that we had ages ago. I don't even know, does shampoo go bad? Because if it does, this is not good. Because I'm sure this shampoo, we had this shampoo for Sandy. If not Sandy, for Dasha. And Dasha's been gone for 3 years, and we didn't, I mean, yeah, anyway, whatever. So Gabby said, well, I do have an oatmeal shampoo I could use, but maybe she needs a medicated shampoo. So she's going to talk to the vet about doing medicated shampoo on her today and see if that helps. But she could just have allergies. Anyway, she's such an itchy girl. We have to get meds for her after her grooming. So we'll see how this does. Keep your fingers crossed. Meanwhile, so that's my main thing that I have to do today, and I have already done it. And I think I'm just going to keep working on my sleeve. I finished the book I was reading. Keep working on my sleeve, and yeah. Putter. Not do too much. Unlike the rest of my life. Right? Anyway, so that's it. I will talk to you tomorrow. If anything interesting happens, I'll try to make a note of it and remember, but I don't remember things very well. I mean, I don't even know if I would have remembered the deer, except that happened while I was recording. So, right, Pearl? Poor Pearl. She's all bummed. She's by herself today. No Maisie, no ride in the car. She just has to stay here with me. Poor thing. So I will move ahead and move along and knit and read and, you know, the things I do. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.